back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you're tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I just got bags from Prada. Rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after.
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Go! 180! Check. No. You can't run. Go!
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
From the 31, Trubisky. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Third down. And 5 yards to go.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. On third down, a run with Cohen. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 14 yards into Chicago, first down. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From just shy of midfield, Trubisky. That one brought in by his tight end, Adam Shaheen. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there. Trubisky will throw.
Enough to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
180! 59! Yeah.
They'll run with Montgomery. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. David Montgomery, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears.
Makes the score Bears 7, Vikings nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
It's now 3rd down and 3.
Hey, hi! What are you? Get the ball. But, you gotta get the point. Get on the point right here. 82's moving. 82's moving. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Black. 41's coming. 41's coming.
3rd and short yardage. Cousins. And this is Cook with a grab. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, 2nd catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. So, into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Cousins gives way to Cook. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
We won it. Come to my world. 48's Mike. 48's Mike. Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up. First. 48's the Mike.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 16. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets. And
that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Lock in.
3rd and 2. Now Trubisky. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. 54 yards. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
18. 54, right there.
First down, a run with Cohen. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
That's just running the ball 101 because too much east-west, not enough north-south. Got to get upfield, don't you?
They just kept stringing him out before he knew it. He had hit the sideline. They go play action with Trubisky. Flush to his right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 13.
The Bears on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Here's Trubisky. This is caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
They'll run for it with Montgomery. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier. Was bidding for a 2nd. From the 2 now. 2nd and goal. They try again with Montgomery. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
You don't want no problems. You don't want no problems with me.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal. They'll try and run this. It's Pumphrey. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
Now Cousins. And his throw is incomplete. Dalvin Cook is running back, the intended target. But now it'll be 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Good route here.
Check right 45. Check right 45. All day.
Smooth.
45, 45, 45, Mike, 45.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
On 3rd down, Cousins. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. On the return is Cohen. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Bears take over.
At their own 44-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
On the jet sweep, this is Johnson. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multi-task.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. Play action. Now Trubisky. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Touchdown, Vikings! Dalvin Cook, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Now Trubisky on 1st down. Johnson's got it complete. A Chicago 1st down there on a gain of 11.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
On 1st down, Trubisky. He's got Burton here. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Trubisky now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And he completes it to Cohen. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Trubisky to throw again. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Taylor Gabriel, as the first half is winding down. And the Bears have once again taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 17-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Final play of the half, Cousins. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, that'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Safety creep. Back. Watch safety creep.
Trubisky gives to Cohen. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Lock in. Alert. Hey, seam 6.
Off the play fake, here's Trubisky, escaping the pressure right. He'll try and run it. He's got the first down here inside the 30. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one, picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Alert.
On first down, it's Cohen, and he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. He gets this one to Johnson. That one a first down pickup of 8.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people who have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Mike.
180! That's trash.
Again, it's Cohen. Oh, Cohen lost the football. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Scampering home from 19 yards out as the Bears push further out in front. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Cousins, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack, make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone can go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
And the pressure gets to him again. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
It's a 40-yard punt, but they lose yardage on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here.
At their 48-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He gets this complete to Shaheen, the tight end. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
Hey, box drop, box drop.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. This one into the hands of Burton. This carry, despite the extra effort, will be stopped short of the 10. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Complete. It's Johnson. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Again, it's Trubisky. He finds his man Johnson, and he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. From 8 yards out as the Bears push further out in front. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch. And he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Buster Screen. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. They'll run on first down. Cohen, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. From the 40 now on second down. Trubisky. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Trubisky. For the catch made by Johnson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down. Trubisky now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Trubisky will throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Everson Griffin. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, standing right around the midfield stripe.
Let's go. 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 25-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3.
Cousins under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. 3rd and long for Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On play action, Cousins. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Now Cousins on 4th down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Kyle Fuller.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is Cohen. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup, 17 yards and a bare first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds and keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Check. Watch 54. Touchdown, defense.
On 3rd and 1, it's Trubisky. to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. Now a desperate, and got his man, complete. And now the rookie's free. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 78 yards. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the... Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So they tried to tack on 2 more. Wouldn't have mattered as far as who won and who lost, but that's how this one ends.
Felt like cosmetics, didn't it? Just put another 2 points on the board, make the score look a little bit better. Maybe they wanted to run a 2-point conversion just to see what they had. Who knows? But it just wasn't necessary.
So for Chicago, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and